Okay, so now in this lecture, we are again continuing with our Polity PD 365 and Constitution, and there is a point 3, that is pardoning power of governor. So why it is in news? Basically, it is a remission of sentence of AG Pararivalan convict in Rajiv Gandhi assassination case has been pending from before Tamil Nadu government for over 2 years. So here there is a comparison between pardoning power of president and governor. So president also have a pardoning power and governor also have pardoning power, and there is a different sections. Like for president there is a section 72, and for the governor it is section 161. So in section 72 it basically deals with the president, where the president to grant pardons to the persons who have been tried and convicted of any offense in all cases where the punishment or sentence is for an offense against a union law. So basically, if there is a punishment or sentence is for an offense against union law, if it is related to the union law, then president could use its pardoning power. In case of a union law, we've got this. And another is punishment or sentence by a court martial. So it is also applicable in military law, though military basically have a different department. We know that military law is a very different department. Okay, but there also president have power to pardoning the person, and also sentence, that is sentence of death. So in the 3 cases, president can use its pardoning power. First is if an offense against a union law, then second is against a court martial, and third is in case of a death sentence. So we are going back to the governor's power. And governor's power is, as per section 161, the governor of a state also possesses the pardoning power. So, but the pardoning power of the governor differs from that of a president in following 2 respects. Basically, president can pardon sentences inflicted by court martial. Means president have authority to go to the court martial also, while governor cannot, because it is really an important power. It's really a very, have a superior power to go to the military courts also. So governor can't do so. So president can pardon death sentence while governor cannot. So governor cannot pardon the death sentence also. Even if a state law describes death sentence, the power to grant pardon lies with the president or the governor. So in case of a state law also, in case of a state law also, means from the state high court also, that power doesn't lie to the president. That power, sorry for the mistake, that power doesn't lie to the governor. Only president have power. So what president have power in this case? President have power to go to the court martial and also in the death sentences. So what is left here? So governor can also grant pardons and reprieves, respite and remission of punishment, or suspend, remit or commute the sentence of any person convicted of an offense against a state law. Means he can he can use his power in case of a imprisonment usually. If not in death sentences, so what is left? Imprisonment left here. Also, governor can suspend, remit or commute a death sentence. So it is basically contradicting 2 thing here. So they are saying here that governor can suspend, remit or commute a death sentence. But in the earlier superior clause, we have said the president can pardon death sentence while governor cannot. So even if a state law prescribed death sentence, the power to grant pardon lies with the president, not the governor. So the pardoning power of the governor differs from the president in different two respects. So it is basically contradicting the other line. So I need to do some more research on that. Let's go back to there is a query in this section. I'm basically write it down from a different penna that how this could be. How? Okay, I'll check it and I'll let you know in our next video. So we have a pardoning power of president that includes pardon. It removes both the sentence and the conviction and completely absolves the convict from all sentences, punishment and disqualifications. It is commutations, that is, it denotes the substitution of one form of punishment for a lighter form. Now remission, it basically implies reducing the period for sentence without changing its character. Also respite, it denotes awarding a lesser sentence in place of the originally awarded due to some special facts such as physical and disability of the convict or pregnancy of a women offender. Reprieve, it basically implies a stay of execution of a sentence, especially that of a death or a temporary period. So I'm again reading all such. That pardoning power, what does it mean? It means basically to remove both the sentence and the conviction and completely absolves the convict from all sentences and punishments and disqualifications. To basically pardoning completely from all the sentences, from all the imprisonments, from all the punishments. Basically we are pardoning such person. We are basically maafi dena. Okay, commutation, it basically said that it denotes a substitution of one form of punishment for a lighter form. Means basically we are commuting from a one form which is a very harsh punishment and we are going for a lighter one, not the harder one here. So here's a catch, that we are going for the lighter form, not the harder form. Okay, and remission, it basically implies reducing the period of sentence without changing its character. So remission, basically it said that it implies reducing the period of sentence, like the same sentence, there's a 14 years imprisonment, but we are making it less. We are making it 10 years, we are making it 7 years, or we make it 4 years. So it has a power in the remission that we can also reduce the period of the sentence. Also respite, it denotes awarding a lesser sentence in place of one originally awarded due to some special fact such as the physical and disability of convict of pregnancy of a women offender. So what they want to say here is that we are donating lesser sentence in place of an original award due to some special fact, like women get pregnant, then we could make some changes in the sentences. We could make changes in case of imprisonment. So reprieve, in case of a reprieve, it basically implies a stay of execution of a sentence, especially that of a death sentence, for a temporary period, like there is a stay imposes. So we got everything. Pardon, we know that maafi dena, commutation from harsh to lighter, remission, that is we are implying the reducing the period of the sentence without changing its character. We are basically reducing the period. And respite, it basically denotes awarding a lesser sentence in case of any change. We could change the scenario in case of a change in circumstances. We could change the scenario for the imprisonment and also for the sentence. And repriving basically implies that we are having a temporary stay for in case of a death sentence, especially that of a death sentence. Now what is the comparison between pardoning power of India and what is the pardoning power of US President? What US President can do in this case? So recently US President exercised his pardoning power to pardon his former national security advisor. So his former national security advisor, US President has used his power. We could not say used his power, we could say exercised his power. So excised. So US President has constitutional right to pardon or commute sentence relating to federal crimes, and it is granted without limit and cannot be restricted. However, US President of India has to act on the advice of the cabinet as per Article 72. He has a power to grant pardon, reprieve, respites. Reprieve, again I'm doing that. Repriving is basically stay. Respite is basically we are changing in the circumstances, like women get pregnant. Then remission is basically we are reducing the period of the sentence. We are remitting, okay? And punishment, we know, and there is another form we could use here, that is commutation, okay? So all we have discussed. So US President, we know that he could use his pardoning power or commute sentences related to federal crimes only, and it is granted without limit and cannot be restricted. Okay, however, India President have a restricted power as per Article 72 because he has to discuss to the cabinet. Now we have a subcategorization of OBC. It is really important, and we'll discuss that why it is a news, because recently the Union Cabinet approved a term extension of the commission to examine the issue of, I think we have to discuss in another topic because it is, I think, important and it contains a lot of fact in this. We'll do it in another video. Thank you.